Hello! Today I'm tying the extended body Brown Drake spinner. I'm using a fine sewing needle to build the extended body with the point facing out. The thread I'm using for this part is the Uni-Thread 17/0 Trico. The casing is Scud back 1/8 inch brown. The underbody is the Faux Bucktail in white. First, coat the needle with fine machine or reel oil. This will make it easier to remove from the needle. Next, take about a dozen or so strands of Faux Bucktail and wrap it around the needle so all the sides are covered. Next, while holding the fibers firmly in place, start the thread, few wraps, and trim the tag. Wrap edge to edge going back to the length that you want. Bring it back to the starting point, back to the end, and whip finish. Next, trim the fibers flush with the thread wraps and bring the thread back to the starting point. For the tails, I'm using micro Fibbets white barred black. Take a single strand and place it on top of the needle and measure. You want it about the same length as the threaded area. Wrap the thread edge to edge back to the end and bring it back to the starting point. Next, take a piece of Scud back and trim the end into a point. Secure the point at the start and wrap edge to edge to the base of the tail. Next, secure the ultrafine brown dubbing around the thread and wrap it into a ball shape in front of the Scud back and the single tail. Next, fold the Scud back over the dubbing and secure it along the threaded area to the starting point, stretching it as you're wrapping the thread. Then fold it back and secure it to the base. Next, add the 2 micro Fibbets on each side, left and right, even with the middle tail, and trim the ends. Next, take a single strand of dyed gold peacock herl and strip the fibers down to the stem and tie it in by the tip at the start, and wrap edge to edge to the base of the tail and bring the thread back to the start. Next, take a single strand of gold silk floss and tie it in at the start and wrap edge to edge to the tail and the Scud back and bring it back to the start. Wrap the floss forward, slightly overlap to give it a smooth finish to the start and secure. Next, fold and stretch the Scud back over the floss and secure. Next, wrap the stripped peacock herl as a rib on a slight angle and evenly spaced. Secure, trim the excess, whip finish, and add head cement. Next, grab hold of the excess material sticking out past the extended and pull it away from the needle. The hook that I'm using is a Gamakatsu 02410 size 8. The thread I'm using to attach the extended body for the rest of the fly is the Semperfli Nano Silk 24/0 white. Start the thread at the halfway point on the hook and trim the tag. Next, flatten the area of the extended body around the wraps and position it on top of the hook. Secure with edge-to-edge wraps and trim the excess. Next, take a piece of polypropylene yarn, leave a tag, and secure it at the starting point with edge-to-edge wraps on top of the hook, and trim the tag so it's flush with the extended body. Build up the thread and wrap around at the base of the yarn. Next, take 2 partridge body feathers, flatten the stems and tie them in on each side of the hook around the yarn so it's concaved out. Trim the excess stems and add head cement. Next, take a grizzly and a Cree hackle tips, remove the waist portion at the base of the feather and tie them in by the butts along the hook and at the base of the poly wing, one at a time. Trim the excess and build up the thread. Next, have the thread at the base of the extended body and split the thread, wax and add hare's ear gray dubbing. Add the dubbing twister doubled over the thread and spin to secure. Brush out the dubbing. Wrap the dubbing along the threaded area edge to edge forward towards the wing. Secure by the thread on the bare portion of the hook behind the eye and trim. Next, attach a hackle plier to the first hackle and wrap parachute style at the base of the yarn. Pull all the fibers back and secure on the bare portion of the hook. Trim the excess. Repeat the same procedure with the second hackle, trim, and build up the thread. Next, wax the thread, add the same dubbing, add the dubbing twister double over the thread and spin. Brush out the dubbing and attach a hackle plier. Next, pull the wings and the yarn out of the way and wrap the dubbing towards the eye and tie it off. Trim the excess, build up the thread, whip finish, trim, and add head cement. Next, brush out the hackle, pull the wings away from the yarn, and trim the yarn flush with the wings.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and hit the like button to see more fly tying videos.